We got invited to a repatriation ceremony, and this was a ceremony undertaken by the local Indigenous people. It was the bringing back of bones that had been taken by archaeological and anthropological expeditions through the Kimberley. Some of them were as late as the 20s.
The really poignant thing about that repatriation ceremony was that those bones weren't just artefacts from some other time. They were actually the bones of people's relatives who were at the ceremony. You know, these are their uncles and aunties from not so long ago. These are real family, these are people, these are not just bones.
This is something that has happened across the world, and we were really interested in having a European archaeologist in the mix of the storyline, because it really is a story of colonialism and the impact of colonialism on Indigenous communities around the world.
Sophia Helen's character Sandra digging up these bones, and there's the question of the exploitation of culture there and artefacts, and you know, in a climate where our mob is still trying to repatriate bones from all over the globe, it's a really timely story as well.
This is going to make our name. This justifies the entire dig. I understand that there is a need of getting all those artifacts and humans back to country so they could continue to have their tradition and their relatives where they live.
You talk about permission, that permission is me. You find something here, you show me.
It's this age-old sort of idea of an archaeological perspective of Indigenous culture versus a real living one, you know, and they're essentially the two forces at play.
For me, this is a brain versus heart argument. Here we are having scientists who sit in their museums behind their desks, and they say, and their brain tells them that those bones belong to them. But here we have an Indigenous person who sits on land back home in the home country who says, say maybe a grandson, who says those bones are mine, and that's their heart speaking.